Hey, what is up guys? Jack here, coming at you with a Photoshop tutorial today. And this is actually for my technical writing class, so I figured it would be my upload for the day since I have to do it for class anyway. So hello to everyone who's in class right now. And this is a tutorial on how to create a false depth of field in Adobe Photoshop. So first thing you want to do is pick your picture, obviously, usually a photograph. And right here I just have a picture of me playing soccer last year in Missouri. And a couple things you want to consider when you're choosing your picture. You don't want it to be too crazy. You don't want too much going on. So one thing that's really nice is in this picture you can easily distinguish the background layers. So we've got the background obviously, and then there's me, and then there's this guy. So there won't be too many different like layers, and that's something you really want to consider when you're doing this because it can get kind of tedious, and you just gotta kind of know in your head what is gonna go where, because we know that obviously I'm gonna be the focal point because I look awesome right there, and this guy's gonna be a little bit in the background, and then there's just gonna be everything else. So you gotta kind of think about it in your head already, and then what we're gonna do is just first off we're gonna duplicate our background layer. So we'll just do that background copy. Now we have two of them. So later we can do some touching up, and we can look at compare the final product to the beginning if we really want to. So first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna come in here and just we're going to start selecting and isolating our layers. So right now I just have the selection tool chosen. You can use the lasso where you can draw shapes and stuff like that, but I'm too lazy. Or you could use the magic wand. But this way is probably the easiest. So as you can see, I just click a few times and it selects it for me. So I'm just going to hold it down and kind of drag over all this and try to get just my body in there. It is selecting some other stuff, but we'll get rid of that in just a second. So I'm going to make sure I got all that. Let's get the rest of my hand there. And that looks good. So now I'm going to hold Alt, and as you can see, the plus sign turns to a minus sign. So now I'm just going to click away at the stuff I don't want. So I don't need that space under my armpit, and same over here. So let's just get rid of that. It doesn't have to be too perfect because there is something you can do to help out with it. And so I'm just smoothing this out just a little bit, and then let me get rid of this down here. And that looks pretty good. So I'm going to hit Refine Edge. That lets me see the edge. It looks kind of choppy. So I'm going to smooth it out a little bit over here, and maybe even Smart Radius a little bit, and that just will clean up the lines for me. Then I'm going to hit OK. I'm going to right click in here and do Layer via Copy. So now I've got this all by itself right there. And now I'm going to do the same thing with this guy. So I'm going to go back to my background copy layer and start selecting this guy. I don't know who he is, but he looks pretty jealous of me right now. Alright, so just gotta get rid of all this extra crap it selected. Alright, getting nice in there. Just unselected his arm. It's kind of tough right here because his hair is black, so it gets blurred with the black background. But we'll make do with what we can. I'm going to get rid of this area right here a little bit. And let's see. It's looking pretty good. Trim his legs down a little bit. Get between his legs. And that looks alright. Let's see here. Refine Edge. Smooth it out. Smart Radius a little bit. And that looks pretty good. Okay. And then I'm also going to layer via copy. And now we're going to select the copy of our background layer and go to Filter, Blur, Lens Blur. And I like a little bit of noise, so I'm going to turn it down a little bit for the sake of this and you just bump up the radius and that'll make it really blurry. So obviously you don't want something like that, but I think I will do a little more than I normally would just so you guys can see the effect. And there's also like, this will do specular highlights and stuff, and you can mess with that, but doesn't really matter too much. It's not really what we're worried about right now, so I'm just gonna hit OK. And so now we've got our basic effect from that to that, and now we're just kind of gonna make it look a little better. So I'm gonna select my eraser. I've got it on a feather brush over here, and about 42 pixels, and I have the opacity at 50%. And I'm just gonna I'm gonna decrease this even a little bit more. And I'm gonna go and clean up. You can see there's a little bit of ghosting right here, so I'm just gonna clean that up a little bit. Get rid of some of that. If I sound kind of bad, it is because I'm still a little sick, but it's not too bad. And we're just gonna go through and just clean up these lines a little bit. And I'm just clicking a few times because the opacity is so low. And this is kind of tedious, but it's totally worth it, I swear. And again, lots of people probably just don't even notice subtle things like this, but to the slightly amateurly trained eye, little stuff like this matters. Alright, and now I'm gonna leave him for now, because since he isn't, we don't really care about him. We're gonna blur him out a little bit too. Not nearly as much as the background, but we're just gonna do like radius of about 3. I'm gonna turn the noise all the way off. And maybe 4. Yeah, 4 looks good. Okay, so now he's blurred out a little bit too. And I'm gonna select the background again. Go in and get rid of the fuzziness a little bit around his extremities. Alright, almost done. Okay. Now last, I'm gonna up my brush size a bunch, turn the opacity down a little bit, and I'm just gonna remove some of the blur that's on the same level. Actually, I'm gonna up this a buttload. Pardon my kindergarten speak, but I'm just gonna do that and just go straight across so that the grass, or turf I guess in this case, where I am is in focus. And then I'm just gonna go quick across like that, and that's about it. I think that's the final product. Still got a little bit around there, but yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoy this, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the presentations. And for all my YouTube people, I'll see you guys tomorrow, or in class people. Alright, goodbye. Hope you enjoyed.